Hey, let's talk about Robyn. So, Robyn recently made an appearance on the Las Culturistas podcast. That speaking of colonization, I don't understand how a homosexual white man and an Asian who wants to be white so damn bad are out here culturally appropriating a Hispanic name for their show. But that's something that's neither here nor there, I guess. I just want to put it out there. So, yeah. So Robyn appeared on the show. I didn't watch the show because after what they first of all, I don't particularly care for Matt. Shout out to Don Lemon because Don is shady. I know he said he was trying to be shady, but girl, you was giving nothing but shade when you gave your overall review about the whole thing with Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers had said about Jasmine Crockett. And you hit the nail on the head with your point, with the talking points. But him saying I don't know him and I don't know this. Quiet as kept. Not many people know who Matt Rogers is. We know who Bowen Yang is because of SNL and Fire Island, which they both were in, by the way. But maybe he never saw that movie. Because Don Lemon only hangs out at the Hamptons. He too good for Fire Island. But anyway, so they recently did an interview with Robyn. I wanted to watch the episode, but because I find those homosexuals to be so goddamn annoying. And this is before they had did this whole thing with going in and just with the misinformation and not having the vernacular to speak on politics regarding Jasmine Crockett. I was like, I'm not sitting through the show because they're gonna make me not like this girl. And we like Robyn because she is that bitch when it comes to dance music, pop music, whatever the case is. But with them, I just feel like the way some of you flaming queens be acting on these shows, y'all be ODing in regards of like the fangirling and all. And it just comes across so fake and phony. And I can't stand a fake and phony podcast with fake and phony ass people. But anyway, she was on the show and she made a comment about Elon Musk because they have a segment on it, which is the same segment that they use when they. I think they was talking about Jasmine Crockett. There, I don't think so, honey. Thing which kind of feels like they're trying to imitate a sassy black woman. When it be, I don't think so. Like that's what it goes. Y'all don't want a black woman to be the senator of Texas, but you like using black woman isms in order to, you know, as a caricature for how y'all want to act on y'all show. Maybe that makes sense. So, Robyn, the queer favorite pop mathematician behind Sad Banger Dancing on My Own, has bashed tech billionaire Elon Musk, saying that she has always hated him. Now, speaking of former SNL star Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers, because they call him a comedian, but I ain't never heard nothing funny come out of his damn mouth, on their Las Culturistas podcast, the Swedish pop deity revealed the precise moment that she decided that she hated the Tesla founder. She said, I've always hated him. Way before it was cool to hate him. There was a time when it wasn't cool to hate him. People didn't even think about him that much, at least. You know what happened for me? I started hating him when he put a Tesla in space with a David Bowie song on it. He actually shot a car into space as if there wasn't enough shit floating around. Well, look at Robyn, the environmentalist. And she's from Sweden. They don't particularly like all that um capitalism BS and all. They're all about health, universal health care and all other stuff, which is probably why a lot of the Swedes are much happier and the Norwegians and things are much happier than Americans. And then I saw a video where Americans are running over to Mexico to get their teeth done and their glasses done because they can't afford any of their stuff in the United States. And I saw people in the comments talking about, well, they're doing it the right way, right? They're going overseas. They have their passport. They're getting stamped and all this. I said, y'all are so goddamn obtuse. Y'all missing the point. Or maybe y'all just really playing dumb. Or maybe you're just dumb, period. The whole point of it is if America is so great as this president is trying to make it as, why y'all run to Mexico? The place where y'all hate the people because y'all want to ship all the people back to Mexico because y'all think every goddamn immigrant, quiet as a kept, or Hispanic is Mexican, number one. So y'all want them all to go to Mexico, but you want to go over there and get your perks because you want new teeth, new glasses, new whatever, because our healthcare system is shit. But y'all couldn't read between the thing. I hate when people play dumb and then I gotta sit up here and break it on down so it makes sense to people. It's like we're not gonna sit up here and play obtuse. I gotta show y'all the hypocrisy. But I think because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really. She's right. We weren't really thinking about uh Elon Musk that much until he decided to infiltrate our politics. He decided to buy up Twitter, indoctrinate a lot of our stuff and become part of Doge when he's not even a citizen, so that way he can cut off a lot of those investigations that were into his companies and all the red tape that was in place because he wanted to build, the things that he wanted to build. And a lot of his stuff was under investigation, a lot of his companies. So Trump, because he gave Trump hundreds of millions of dollars, allowed him to go up in there and gut a lot of our federal situations. Once you started infiltrating our politics, is when people started to hate him. And what people need to realize is that he thought that he was going to come up in here and have like be similar to Trump and like having like his personality and people would like him, but he came across as unlikable, a weirdo, goofy, and he spent more time in the goddamn K-hole than he does taking care of his kids. But yet and still, I did hear that story that he's trying to gain sole custody of another one of his children from his girlfriend. I said, well, all you dumb broads that sit and spread your legs for this man because he's a trillionaire, y'all don't realize what come with that? He already fucked up, taking that baby, what's his name, Exashe 12 from Grimes. And she out here fighting to get custody of that child or see the baby or whatever the case is. He already turned that little boy into Damien Jr., Damian Thorne from The Omen. And now he's trying to get another one of his kids. And he got like 12 or 13 of them. He out here trying to compete with Nick Cannon. So now in February 2018, Musk launched his electric sports car Tesla Roadster into space as part of the payload of his Falcon Heavy test flight, which was operated by an aerospace company, SpaceX. The car featured a human mannequin named Starman after Bowie's 1972 song of the same name in the driver's seat. The car played Bowie's 1969 and 1971 hit Space Oddity and Live on Mars on a loop on the radio during its ascent. While Musk was already a controversial figure at the time, having become a billionaire 6 years prior, that all thanks to Obama too, because he was giving him incentives when he shouldn't have. The test launch occurred some years before Musk became, I think it was $600 million he actually gave him, became equally known for espousing right-wing views as for his entrepreneurship, saying this is the thing, this is what she said, I think there should be democracy in space, there should be democracy on Earth too, yes, which we really maybe don't even have at the moment. But the fact that anyone or any commercial company can decide what to do with natural resources and also do tacky things like sending a stupid fucking car into space, that's also dangerous for people. Yeah, because we got people out here who's endangering the environment, climate change, all these other things. People who are we got psychopaths like RFK Jr., who is the bastard of the family, fucking with our health and our health care. So when you got these and look, when one of them gets sick, I guarantee you they running to get the best of the best. But screw us because we ain't them. But like I've always said about Republicans, they only they only care when it affects them. Just selfishness. Think about the astronauts that are up there in the International Space Station and they don't really know what's going to hit them or whatever. Can we all just have a vote on whoever gets to do anything? Well, as long as you got money, and that's what we've come to learn in this situation. As long as you have millions of dollars or billions of dollars, as long as you got money, you could do whatever you want. Consequences be damned. You can get away with murder. You can get away with impeachments. You can get away with all kinds of, criminal activities, as long as you can buy your way out of it. And that's kind of like what's been the main thing that we've been learning. So Robyn joins a long list of entertainment figures to speak out against Musk, who frequently uses his platform on Twitter, which he owns, to speak out against the trans community. Now, musician Grimes, who I just mentioned, who shares 3 children with her former partner Musk, previously said that she was endlessly proud of Musk's estranged daughter, Vivian Jenna Wilson, after Musk claimed that the 21-year-old model had been unalived by the woke mind virus. And I think speaking of which, the reason why he's going after another one of his baby mothers is because I think she had made a pro-trans comment that pissed him off. Well, sir, you got a trans daughter. Stay mad. Now, White Chicks actor Marlon Wayans has also voiced his support for Wilson and slammed Musk for his treatment of his daughter. Singer Billie Eilish has also spoken out against Musk's wealth as he inches, and she also spoke out against Zuckerberg to his face as he inches closer to becoming the world's first trillionaire. Now, earlier this month, Robyn, as y'all know, announced a ninth studio album and her first record in 8 years, Sex Essential. And she also talked about that with the upcoming album, it was all about exploring her sensual side. And she also said that with, I believe, is it Sex Essential? I think it was. She said that that song was actually inspired by Andre 3000 because he had made a comment about no one wants to hear anybody rapping in their 40s. And she was like, I'm gonna make a challenge. I'm gonna challenge myself on that because I don't think it's like we don't want to hear artists rap. First of all, it's weird because when you look at my generation or you look at someone like a Robyn or whatever the case is, you don't think about, oh, these people are in their 40s, they just need to hang it up or whatever the case was. We still got that youthful spirit about us. And I think mentally, like if you're a homosexual, well, I speak for me. I still feel like I'm relatively mentally, physically in my 20s. Yes, there be times where it's like the next day I'll be feeling it in my body, which you do as you get older, but I still feel youthful. I still got that same spark and that same energy. So age is a number. It's all about how you feel, not how old you are. That's how I kind of look at it. So and I think she also said like with this song, like she wanted to speak on some controversial social. She's out here rapping about an IVF, having a baby without a man. So I think that's really and that's what has grown on me, by the way. Um, so I'm looking forward to the record. And it's like, look, rap about whatever you want to rap about. If you still got it and you still have the ability to be creative, have at it. Don't listen to these people. So shout out to you, Robyn, and fuck you, Elon. So I say all this to say, um, what do you guys think of this story regarding what Robyn had to say about Elon Musk? I do agree. Like, it's like maybe she was, well, Robyn's always been ahead of her time musically, creatively, and even when it comes to Elon Musk, because now, because he's like I said, he's indoctrinated himself in American politics, but you're not even an American. That's why people don't like him. But she said, I was hating on him for years, ever since he did that stupidness when how do you inject a car into space? He can't even get a shuttle to go up without exploding. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.